Sunday night, August 1st, and I need to film my August TBR game so I know what I'm reading this month. First things first, as usual, we need to look inside the case file and see which books I needed to absolutely read in order to not receive a punishment this month. So before I do that, I'm going to let you know which books I did get to. I made it to 4 out of the 6, and I will just start with my first roll from the last game. Okay, so for my first roll, I got Flip a Coin. I flipped a coin, and the book that was chosen was Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I did not get to this book this month. Secondly, I believe this was a clue card I drew Out of My Mind. This is by Sharon Draper. This was one that my daughter had highly recommended. One of her friends highly recommended it. I did read this. It was a resounding 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. And I'm hoping to talk about it some more in my July wrap-up. The third book was also a clue card. I drew Sanditon by Jane Austen and Kate Riordan. I did not read this one this month. And also I wanted to mention that as I was putting my game together for tonight, I realized why I was rolling the clue card so much last game. I am only supposed to have 1 die with the magnifying glass on it, and I was playing with 2. So I altered one of my die, and hopefully we're not going to run into that same problem this month. So for the 4th book, I drew a 4th of July themed book. I went with Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales because of its beautiful red, white, and blue cover. I did read this. This was, what did I give this book? I gave it 4 stars. Still loving the series. Still think it's really cute. And again, I'll share some more about this one in the wrap-up. For the 5th book, I drew The Enchanted Misadventures with Great Aunt Poppy by Hallie Christensen. That was an e-arc, and I did read it. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. So cute. How cool to do kind of like a Halloween themed book, but set at Christmas time. So just a little sneak peek about that one. So yes, did get that one done. Do not have to worry about that one being in the case file. And finally, for the kitten pick, I read Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. I did read this. I was doing this as a buddy read with Amy. I gave it 4 stars this time around. This was actually a reread for me, which I did not realize until after I started reading it. The first time I gave it 5 stars, and I'm just like, why did I give it 5 stars? I don't know if it's just because it's Jane Austen or just maybe I enjoyed it that much more at the time. But 4 stars this time, and it probably would have been 3 if I hadn't been reading it with Amy and just really enjoying our conversation together. So this is another one I got done. Let's see what's in the case file. Okay, so books I absolutely needed to read this month in order not to receive an extra roll. Okay, first we have got, and you're seeing this as I'm seeing it. What does that say? Out of My Mind. Okay, so that's awesome. I read that one. That is not showing up very well, guys. There we go. Nope, still nothing. Trust me, it says Out of My Mind. Okay, next. I'm lucking out so far. I only finished 4 of the 6. Next we have got The Lost Fairy Tales. Yes. I think it's trying to focus on my face. Is that helping? I hope so. Anyway, The Lost Fairy Tales. Read it. Sweet. No punishment for that one. And finally, what are the chances that I read all 3 of these books? That would be super cool. Oh no. So definitely an extra roll this month. The 3rd book was Sanditon. So I start out with 5 rolls. That will mean that I've got a 6th roll this month, and that means we get to start playing the game. Okay, so first, as always, I am going to roll to see which character I am playing as. I got a 3, and so I am Dr. Orchid, which is the pink one. Yeah, so now I'm rolling, and this is my this is my dice where I covered up the clue symbol, and the other one does still have it. Now, if I can keep track of my rolls this time, that would be awesome. Okay, so I rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rolling again. And I got 8. 1, 2, 3. I am in the billiard room. Oh, and I just realized the wrench is in here also, which this month I would not mind picking up the wrench because this will get me a fantasy book, a fantasy pick out of the box with my unread TBR on it. So, this card is a small book with less than 300 pages. Okay, second roll. I got 9. So let's see. I'm gonna go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got a book with a number in the title. I'm rolling again, and I am probably going to re-enter the ballroom. Doubles. I got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get to pick up the wrench, so I will, here's the wrench, I will draw out of my unread fantasy books. Okay. Roll 4. I got 5, and I am gonna head over here to what looks like the kitchen. Is that the kitchen? I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna roll again. Okay, I got 3 and I got a clue card. So 1, 2. This is my clue stack. Again, there are 4 books in here that are my TBR hopefuls, and there were 5 that were chosen at random. So I'm just drawing off the top. And I got Such a Fun Age. Okay, got the clue card. So I am going for book 5. I'm rolling. I got 10. I am just going to stay in the kitchen and see what this card is. Oh gosh, I got a recently purchased book. Okay, so this should be my 6th and final book. Let's see. I got 8. So I am going to use the secret passageway. I'm going over here to the study. And the prompt is a book with your favorite color on the cover. So for a small book, a book less than 300 pages, I am going to be doing an ebook by Heidi Kimball called The Marriage Bargain. Heidi wrote my favorite book of 2020, which is Where the Stars Meet the Sea. And I actually even think I got The Marriage Bargain for free one day when there was a free download. So anyway, I cannot imagine that I won't love it. I adored Where the Stars Meet the Sea, and so it's kind of one of those things where I will be surprised if there's anything that she writes that I don't love. So that is the first roll. For roll number 2, I got a book with a number in the title, and for that I am going to go with Knit 1, Kill 2 by Maggie Sefton. I actually do not know how I even heard of this series, but it's kind of like a cozy mystery, supposed to be fast-paced and hopefully kind of lighthearted and funny. So I'm thinking that with the way the rest of my stack turned out, I will be glad for this one. Thirdly, the third roll, I could not believe this. So I went and picked up the wrench, and with that, I get to draw a book out of my unread fantasy TBR. Guess what I drew? Mistborn made it back on my list this month. I feel like I need to just finish this book so it quits popping up. So for my clue card, one and only clue card, I drew Such a Fun Age by Kaale Reed. I know this book was talked about a lot. I think it was last year, and I remember some mixed reviews, so we will see what I get with this one. My fifth roll was a recently purchased book, and to be honest, I have not purchased a whole bunch of books lately. I had my birthday book haul. I did not purchase those books. They were gifted, and prior to that, the last books that I could remember paying for were two books I got in fairy loot boxes. I wanted to see what fairy loot was all about, so I got the March and April box. So the book that was in my April box is The Prison Healer by Lynette Nomi. Again, don't know a whole lot about this one. It is YA fantasy, and I saw on the inside cover that this book is supposed to be perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Saba Tahir, so we will see. For my sixth roll, my prompt card said a book with my favorite color on the cover. My favorite color is red, and this worked out really, really good because Lunaralong starts this month, people, and look at that beautiful red shoe. So Cinder made it on there. Of note, I am also, and yes, I may be losing it, but I am also reading The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. There was no way I could make this work for any of my prompts, so heaven help me, because this is happening. This is for sure happening. So anyway, that is my August TBR. I actually feel really good now just knowing what I've got coming. And yeah, guys, let me know what's on your TBR this month. Are you doing Lunaralong with us? Are you reading City of Brass with me and Cassie? Do you know anything about the books that I just mentioned? Because I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear if you enjoyed them, or if maybe I just shouldn't even waste my time and just take a chance with the O case file. Which reminds me, I have to put 3 of these 6 books inside the case file. Okay, so it is time to draw the 3 books that will go into the case file. I will need to read those books in August or receive a punishment of adding an extra book for everyone I didn't get to. So, Santa Claus is here to help us out. Why not? Okay, 1. It feels like more than 1. Maybe not. 2. And 3. All right, so these beauties are going right in here. And what is next month? September. We will find out what books I needed to read in August next month. So thanks, guys, for joining me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I will see you really soon, hopefully, with my July wrap-up. Bye!